Welcome back. Well, we could see a nail-biter in Iowa on Monday. The U.S. Democratic and Republican presidential candidates are barnstorming right across the state, making a final push for undecided voters before Monday's crucial caucuses, which are less than 48 hours away right now. Republican frontrunner Donald Trump is gaining momentum against main rival Ted Cruz in a brand new influential poll. The poll from Bloomberg Politics and the Des Moines Register paper gives Trump a 5-point edge over Cruz. Marco Rubio is in third place and Ben Carson in fourth. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are virtually neck and neck. Clinton has 45% to Sanders 42%. That is within the margin of error, meaning they're statistically tied. Well, let's bring in senior political reporter Manu Raju. He joins us now from Des Moines, Iowa. Firstly, these new polls today certainly show that Trump and Cruz are pretty tight now there. Does Trump have an uphill battle to stay in front?
It's going to be a very close race. I think that, Trump is is encouraged by these results because the last Iowa poll actually had him down, had Ted Cruz leading. So clearly the momentum right now is behind Donald Trump. The question on Monday, will be whether or not the social conservatives, the evangelical Christians, who are very influential in Iowa Republican caucuses, whether they come out in large numbers. If they do, there's a very good chance that Ted Cruz could come away with a victory. If they stay at what we're expecting, about 47% of Republican voters who identify themselves as evangelicals, according to that poll, if that number stays around 47%, then Donald Trump could end up winning by 5 points, as that poll suggested. So we'll see what happens with those two. And then the candidates down ticket. How do they do? Do they actually meet those expectations in the polls? And if they don't, where do their supporters go? So there are a lot of questions, and a lot of voters are still undecided in the final days, which is why we're seeing these candidates really crisscross the state in the final hours here on Sunday.
And Manu, Hillary Clinton's email scandal is again making headlines. She's sick of hearing about it, as is her rival Bernie Sanders. What is she doing to keep voters there focused on her policy issues?
Well, she's trying to get in front of it. It's been very hard because this story keeps coming up. There are questions about whether or not she passed along top secret or classified information when she had a private email server in her own home while she served as Secretary of State. This is not a huge issue in the Democratic race, as you acknowledge. Bernie Sanders has not really talked about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. And Democratic voters are not that concerned about it. But it does have an impact in a general election. It does affect Clinton's trustworthiness. When you look at national surveys, that number has gone down. So it is an issue for her to worry about, particularly if she does get past Bernie Sanders, because it's not going away, and Republicans clearly are not letting it go.
And just for our international viewers, just explain why Iowa is so crucial in this presidential race.
It's a first in the nation caucuses. What that means essentially is it kicks off the nominating caucus and contest nationally. And what it does is essentially it creates momentum. Whoever wins this race can use that as a big push to raise a lot of money, to go into the next state, which is New Hampshire, and have a lot of momentum. Because at the end of the day, this is a race about momentum, and you'll get a huge media spotlight and a bounce out of Iowa if you do win here. But it does not guarantee victory, I should caution. And last two Republican winners of the Iowa caucuses did not win the Republican nomination. So it just starts the process, but it doesn't end it.
Okay, Manu Raju, thank you very much for staying across the door for us. We will talk to you very soon, I'm sure.
Thank you.
And you can, of course, keep track of what's happening in the Iowa caucuses and the rest of the race for the White House on our website. Just head over to cnn.com/politics for the latest election news.